In August 1963, Dick Tiger walked into a ring in Ibadan and defended his world middleweight title on Nigerian soil, the first world title fight ever staged in Africa. 4 years later, he stood at a podium in New Jersey and did something no reigning world champion had ever done before or ever since. He announced before the whole world that he was giving back an honor personally granted by the Queen of England, not for money, not for publicity, because the same government that decorated him was now arming the soldiers being sent to kill his own people. The next morning, he mailed the medal back to London with a note in his own hand explaining exactly why. This is the story of the only two-time undisputed world boxing champion who left his career, his fortune, his adopted fame behind to go home and fight a war to defend his own people. Richard Ihetu was born on the 14th of August 1929 in Amaigbo, one of 7 children. When he was 13, his father died suddenly and the family had almost nothing left. Richard left school to support his brothers, buying and selling animals at the local market. The family eventually moved to Lagos, where British military officers stationed in the city ran informal boxing contests between local men. Richard wasn't looking for a fight, but by 18, he had the frame he would carry for the rest of his career. 5'8", a rock-solid 160 pounds. He turned professional in Nigeria at 23. 16 fights in nearly 4 years. Total earnings about $200. If he wanted a real career, Nigeria wasn't ready to give that to him. In 1955, at just 26, he sailed to Liverpool with almost nothing, working 24-hour factory shifts to pay for trainings and lodgings. The early fights didn't come easy, but in 1957, an undercard bout against the popular local favorite, Terry Downs, ended in a 6-round knockout. New management followed, a corrected style, and within a year, he had won 17 of 19 fights, capturing the British middleweight title and soon after, the British Commonwealth crown. Watching him leap and strike with predatory tenacity, one Englishman in the gym shouted it out without thinking, "A tiger is what he is." Richard Ihetu, Dick Tiger, the name stuck for good. By 1962, Dick Tiger had crossed the Atlantic again to America, boxing's toughest proving ground. On October 23rd at Candlestick Park, he beat reigning champion Jin Fulmer by unanimous decision to become world middleweight champion.
He's a great favorite. He's wearing white trunks. Dick Tiger is wearing the 1957. To Robinson. Fulmer regained. Two vicious punching middleweights in there for the world title. Challenger Dick Tiger in black trunks pouring it on. Playing the role of a boxer. Very surprising. Ripping punches by challenger Dick Tiger. And 4 years ago, Pat McAteer in Liverpool. Tiger has had 2 bouts. He beat 7 months ago, and he won it. Tiger carrying the fight to champion Gene Fullmer. Tiger looks very... ripping punches by both fighters. Gene has defended its success Robinson in his last bout in December, Las Vegas. Dick turned professional and he began his career rounds. Round 12. Tiger going after champion Gene Fullmer. Tiger is way ahead on points, and he's fighting. Dick sends in ripping punches. The courageous champion trying to pull it out in round. Still trying to get in that one big knockout punch. The decision goes to Dick Tiger, and Dick becomes the new world middleweight champion. Tiger's fans are elated as Dick waves to the crowd.
He lost the title to Joey Giardello in 1963, won it back in 1965, then lost it again to Emil Griffith in April 1966. Most fighters at 37 would have stopped there. Dick Tiger moved up a weight class instead, and on December 16, 1966, at Madison Square Garden, he outpointed Jose Torres to become world light heavyweight champion. 2 dimensions, undisputed both times, fighter of the year twice over. From 2 separate boxing authorities, he was declared the fighter of the year. Then, in May 1967, the map changed. Nigeria's eastern region, the Tiger's home region, declared independence as the Republic of Biafra. Weeks later, war broke out. The Tiger renounced his British MBE at a press conference on June 15, 1967. The next morning, he mailed it to London with a note that began, "I am hereby returning the MBE," going on to explain that every time he looked at it, he thought of the men, women, and children dying in Biafra because of the arms Britain kept sending to Nigeria. He kept on boxing because boxing was now the only way to fund what came next. He flew into Lisbon straight from Madison Square Garden, bruises still fresh, and used his own prize money to fill relief planes with tinned food and infant supplies bound for Biafra. He enlisted as a lieutenant in the Biafran Army, training soldiers in hand-to-hand combat. In May 1968, He fought Bob Foster wearing Biafra's colors on his robes and lost the lightweight.
From Washington, D.C., the challenger, Bob Foster. From Biafra, the light heavyweight king, Dick Tiger. Be careful of fouls, low blows, rabbit blows, kidney punches may cost you the bout. Now you're both good, clean boxers, and I expect a clean bout. Shake hands now and good luck.
Scoring here in New York on a rounds basis. There's the bell for round one. On a rounds basis, the scoring and a separate. Now you can see take that guard down. Boston rounds. Tiger has done it 7 times. His legs may be old, his heart is young. As figured, Foster keeps moving in with either hand, the left hook. The clubbing rest is his jab and his left hook. When Foster opens up, he'll do it with combinations. Tiger is carrying the round. 10 seconds left in this round. And the Biafran Army. Man fighting another man who was 8 inches taller, but Tiger did a good job. Ordinarily, he pumps it in there like a piston, but he's got to watch out for Tiger's counters. Foster making a mistake. A good solid. Two minutes left. Both boys are a minute left in this round. Skating a moment ago. 2 and getting away with it. Sharp jolting jab. He's hitting harder with the jab. Between rounds, let's see if it's him floating. Work on Tiger. It's a possibility. Tiger unintentionally and cost himself. Men are perspiring so freely, they're making the ring circus. A minute to go. How can you miss? Tiger down. 6, 7, 8, 9. He's not going to make it. Bob Foster is the new light heavyweight champion of the world.
And the new light heavyweight champion of the world, Bob Foster.
105 is the time. Here's Bob Foster. Bob, I want to...
And there, he lost the lightweight title by knockout, the only stoppage defeat of his career. At that exact moment, the Red Cross estimated 6,000 Biafrans were dying of starvation every day. The war ground on for 36 months. Biafra surrendered in January 1970. An estimated 3 million people had died, most of them from famine. Dick Tiger fought one final time that July, a 10-round decision loss to Griffith. At 41 years old, Nigeria's government banned him from the country over his allegiance to Biafra. With no more big paydays left, the 2-time undisputed world champion took a job as a security guard at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. In October 1971, sharp pain dropped him to his knees at work. The diagnosis, liver cancer. Word reached Nigeria and the ban was quietly lifted. He flew home one last time. Biafra is my home, he had told a writer not long before. I will die in Biafra. He spent his final weeks in Aba with his wife Abigail and their 5 children. On December 14, 1971, he died. He was buried in Amaigbo, the same small town where a barefoot boy once sold animals to support his family. 82 professional fights, 60 wins, 27 by knockout. Only 1 stoppage time loss in his entire career. In 1991, 20 years after his death, Dick Tiger became the first Nigerian and among the first Africans inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. In 2002, the Ring magazine ranked him the 31st greatest fighter of the previous 80 years. He could have stayed in New York, kept the medal, and kept collecting purses. Instead, he gave away a title from the Queen of England, gave away his fortune to feed a starving people, and gave away the safest years of his life to a war his side would later lose. Ask anyone who knew him and they will tell you the ring was never really the point. If you enjoyed watching this beautiful documentary about the phenomenal life of Dick Tiger, Richard Inhetu from Amaigbo, kindly hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Have you heard this story before? What do you think? Your curator once again is Prince Onwadinim Ngozi Chukwuka Fortune, and I will see you in my subsequent videos. Bye-bye.